Greetings. Welcome to Church of Real Talk. I am your host, Minister Robinson. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their day today. The weather's kind of crazy still. It really is. I find myself just wanting to wear a shirt or a polo or something like that, and it's like freezing every morning. But that's kind of what I want to talk about is change. We have to learn to adapt to change, and change is one of the constants in our reality, in this reality that we live in. Change is very, very important, and I would like to say that every change is good, and I'm going to get into that in a little while. We have to always embrace change, okay? There's really nothing that we can do for it. I guess change and my thoughts are a little bit jumbled. I think I should just get some coffee. Hold on one second. Sorry. Yeah, I think I should just go ahead and get some coffee going. Always important. If you got your coffee, go ahead and grab some. That feels better. That definitely feels better. So why did I come up with change? Because I've noticed in my own life that changes are constantly happening. Our spiritual awakening, our awakening to our purpose, our awakening to our path. This is all part of and integral to our growth. Change happens all around us. The change of seasons. This season is taking a little while to jump in. Change in our lives, sometimes we bring a new addition into the family. We bring a child into the family. That is a great change. Sometimes, we go through financial changes. One day we're on top of the world. That may be due to a bad business decision or a bad investment. We might find ourselves, I have no clue where that's coming from. You'll have to excuse me. We'll find ourselves in a definite change of, our financial stability. But with all changes, if we begin to embrace them, if we not worry about the problem that in our mind, because it's always in our mind, the problem that is being presented to ourselves, and we begin to adapt to said change, we always seem to find a way to make it work out for the positive. Now, with our high powers and or the universe, they constantly bombard us with change. Because change is the only way that the universe, this reality, moves forward. Nothing can actually stay the same. And we as sentient beings, sometimes we fight against this because we like the old way. We like the way that we looked at things. We like the way that things presented themselves to us. Again, I go back to that bank account. You could have 4 zeros at the end, or you could have 6 zeros. But that is going to change, whether by you changing those zeros by taking something out to make a large purchase or doing something, or again, like I said, those financial downsides, and they can be a positive change, but everything is within the timing of our higher power and or the universe. I actually have a quote from Buddha that says, "Nothing is permanent. Everything is subject to change. Being is always becoming." Everything is subject to change. Whether we want it to change or not, it's going to change. And it's up to us that are awakened, us that understand that we are chosen, us that understand that we are positive individuals. Hell, what we're trying to do right now as a collective is make changes in the state of the world. That is what we are going out to do. We're trying to make changes in the state that we live in because we are unhappy with it. And our higher power and or the universe has dictated that we move forward and create this change. We are change creators. We are the moving force that implements change. I see so many people that go against change coming. They become fearful. They become scared. Again, as I've always said, knowledge is your shield against fear. You know, we talk, and I often talk about this. In fact, I had a conversation with my sons yesterday about this, about AI, and they basically said they really didn't like it. They had somewhat of a fear, you know. And I blame myself for that because we used to always watch the Terminators, geeking out again. And, you know, Skynet was this horrible, horrible thing, changed the whole world. But the change actually happened, and there was nothing that could be done to stop it. You know, and I told them, I said, hey, listen, it just makes your life easier. You know, it kind of captures that thing that is our most valuable coin. It captures time. So if you can do something just a little bit quicker and delegate your time to something else that in your mind is more important, then hey, it's a great tool. If Skynet is going to happen, it's going to happen. Okay, this is change. This is divine intervention. Okay, there's nothing we can do to stop that. However, knowledge allows us to adapt to the capabilities of AI. Maybe gives us the more knowledge that we have of this creation that we have decided is important in our lives. Maybe we can program it so it doesn't become Skynet. I don't know. You know, if you've ever moved to a new state or even a new country or a new location, that is a scary feeling. You have separated yourself from all of the people that you knew, that you grew up with, that you went to school with, that you worked with, to go someplace else where you might not know anyone or maybe just know a few people. And sometimes we feel that we have to start over. It's almost like our life, we just erased everything from our past life and we find ourselves starting over. To me, that's a great thing. That is a great thing. When your computer is acting crazy and it's not giving you the information that you're requesting and it's glitching and it's freezing up, what do? You hit reset. You change the circumstances that you are dealing with. Buddha also said, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. See, change always, we tend to look at what caused the change. That is the past. And then we look at the Skynet wave things and we say, hey, this thing right here is what this change is going to bring about. And Skynet is a scary thing. I can't deal with this. You know, that's the future. The only thing that we can do is deal with the present. See, everything happens in this moment. You becoming rich, that multimillionaire, happens in this moment. You deciding that you want to live in a mansion or a huge house, that is decided in this moment. And then you move forward moment by moment, making these changes happen. As chosen ones, we have to follow the same principle. To be of assistance, you have to be in the present. You have to practice mindfulness. You have to understand, hey, this is the situation that is happening right now. Sometimes we overthink this. You know, being positive individuals, we overthink the process. The process is nothing to overthink. You act in the moment. Because everything happens in the moment. We want so much in our lives, but we have to initiate the change now in the present moment. Anything else is basically just dreaming about the future, dreaming about what possibly could happen. You want those numbers in your bank account to change? You've got to start now. You have to start now. You want that new job? You want that new position within your company? You have to start now. This is what initiates change. This is what initiates us moving forward. I have been going live, it seems like forever. It seems like every time I sit in front of the camera, I am on a different media platform, going live, giving this message that we need to change the state of this world, the state of this realm. This is what I live for. This is my driving purpose. And sometimes I just get on live. 9 times out of 10, there is no script. There is no outline. I learned this because I was on another platform and someone decided to join into the live. And I was like, all right, cool, And it was a kindred soul, another positive thinking individual, another person that understands that they are awakening and they need to make a change in the world. I couldn't have had a script for that. I could only deal with what was presently being presented to me. See, I've never, since I started the Church of Real Talk, gone live with someone else. But I embraced the change. Something in the universe, which I subscribe to, came down and said, hey, listen, let these people in. I was hesitant at first. I think I have the video on one of my social network pages. I was hesitant. I thought this was going to go completely sideways. But this was different, and I had to take fear out of the equation. We do this so much when it comes to social media. We want to follow the tried and true, but the trendsetters, the influencers, the people that we find ourselves tuning into day after day, and we get excited whenever, we get that notification that they're going live or that they are doing something. We rush and we turn on our device, our phone, or our TV because we want to see what they have to say. You will find that trendsetters and influencers, what they basically do is they don't follow the tried and true. This is why they capture your attention. They bring something different to the table. They bring change. We have gone through this whole ebb and mountains and valleys and ebb and flow of different influencers actually capturing our attention, becoming part of our lives. And through the years, many of them have just fallen to the wayside. And can you imagine the reason why? Why they've gone from having a gazillion subscribers and a gazillion followers, and they drop down to maybe 500, sometimes 0. Sometimes they just throw in the towel because they're not getting the traction that they used to get. The difference being is the influencers that you follow now, you, believe it or not, embrace the change, the fresh take on things that they bring to the table. See, deep down inside, we know and understand how important change is. If you don't think that change is necessary and mandatory, just look at the fact that you have a phone in your pocket right now. You might be watching this on your phone right now. That was change, because last time I checked, you couldn't do that with a payphone. Last time I checked, you couldn't do that from your landline inside of your house. See, change has brought many great things to our lives. And hey, honestly, let's be transparent here. This will resonate with you. There are at least 90% of the things that you enjoy now in this life that you were resistant to, that you decided this might not be the way to go. I'm going to stay with my beeper. That's what I need. I need my beeper, and that's all I'll ever need because it serves my purpose right now. As chosen ones, as starseeds, as positive individuals, we must always understand how important change is. We must understand those that vibrate lower, they kind of want you to embrace the fact that you don't want to get involved with this. This is crazy. Look at all the time you have to now invest into learning this thing. I bring you back to your bank account. How do you think your bank account grows from 4 5 zeros to 6 7 zeros at the end of that number? How do you think that happens? You've got to do something different. You've got to do something new, something that you have never done before. You have to embrace that change. I have a quote from the Quran as well, and it's Surah Arad 13:11. Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. So this sentient higher being is basically saying, you need to change. You don't like the circumstances. You don't like what's going on in your life. You are upset about what is going on in your life. You are upset about your bank account. You are upset about your job. You're upset about your relationship. But yet and still, you're not willing to make a change. So I'm not going to intervene. I'm going to let it stay status quo until you decide that a change needs to be made. Until you start making those choices, because choice and change, they go together. Free will is all part of the concept that is change. It all goes together. It all coincides. I had to learn during the conversation, again, reflection, mindfulness. And there was a time in my life that I felt that everything and everyone was against me. Admittedly, these were my feelings. These were my feelings. And this will resonate with you. Have you ever felt that you were in this battle against the whole world? Every time you turned around, there was another problem being presented. This was happening. That was happening. You didn't know how you was going to get through this. And as soon as you got through that, no matter how hard you worked to get through it, here comes something else. The reason being is because you have not changed your mindset. And I realized this during this time of reflection when things in my life I felt, because it had nothing to do with the world. It all boiled down to me. No one else but me. When I felt that everything and everyone was against me. And do you know when that began to change? When I realized that I don't want this life anymore. I don't want to live in this state of this constant trying to fix all of these holes in this ship. I'm the ship. I'm on this deep, deep ocean that is called life. I am starting to awaken, and I'm starting to find that I have even more responsibilities than I thought that I had in the beginning. And I am not embracing change. So what is happening is the universe, or in your case, your higher power, is saying, hey, listen, you've got to figure this out, buddy. You've got to figure out a way to bring about change. And sometimes bringing about change is letting go. Sometimes it's as simple as just letting go. Do you think that when spring, which is taking quite a minute to get here, summer rather, is taking quite a minute to get here, do you think that everything that grows outside, all the flowers that's going to grow, all the birds that's going to come out and pollinate and cross-pollinate these flowers are waiting on you? Do you think the rise in temperature that the universe and our higher power is blessing us with so we can go out there and go to the beach and go camping and do all the things that bring joy to us? Do you think that is waiting on you? Change is going to happen. Change is going to happen, and we have to get out of this egotistical way of thinking that we control all the changes around us. Again, you look at your higher power. You look at the universe. There is a plan in place. You, chosen, starseed, positive individual, your job is to follow the plan, to have faith. Faith in the plan that is your higher power and or the universe. You have to have faith that they know what the plan is. They know what the game plan is. A football team is not going to stop in the middle of the field and call the coach on and be like, hey, listen, coach, I know you wanted us to run this play, but, we got to talking to each other and we decided we're not going to run it. We want you to look at this play. No, it doesn't happen that way. You have a directive. Your directive is to heal the ills of this world. Now, whether you believe in a higher power and or the universe really doesn't matter. If you're a positive thinking individual, you understand the truth in these words. All you have to do is look down at your children, look at your loved ones, look at those that you hold close and near to you, and say to yourself, do I want these people that I love, these people that I cherish, to live in this chaos that is the world today? That is the plan. That's why you are here. That is your purpose, to make a change. And yes, as you understand this concept, watch the things within your life begin to change. Watch the positive feedback that you get from your higher power and or the universe, because as you embrace change, as you begin to understand change, you use that free will to make your life better. You begin to understand that, hey, listen, there's only 2 zeros at the end of this number in my bank account. How can I make that into 4 zeros, then 5 zeros, then 6 zeros, then 7 zeros? Starts up here. It starts with your willingness to make the change. Church of Real Talk is changing. We have our first meet and greet, June 15th. Something that I wanted to do, something that I honestly, in my mind, I've been driven to do, to bring those that think on a positive level, to bring those that are starseeds, to bring those that are chosen ones together. And admittedly, it's starting off small, but baby steps are a great thing. You have to look at what baby steps are. Baby steps is what keeps a baby from toppling down and falling over. It takes small, guided, intentional steps to get to its destination. And that destination might be from the chair to the couch, and if they're potty training, from, the living room to the bathroom, whilst calling your name all along. We have to learn the basic steps. Just like a baby, it can't move, then it crawls, then it takes those shaky steps, and then it takes steps that actually get them to their destination. And then before you know it, and this is going to resonate with you, they are running through the house at top speed, with your heart just pounding, hoping they don't slam into something or knock something down. This is the course that change takes place. It takes place in the present. No place else. If you think it takes place in the past, you're wrong, because nothing really lives in the past but problems and bad decisions and things you could have did better. That's not going to change the status of your life, because those things already happened. The only thing you can do is take a lesson from those things and bring it into the present and let that mold what you are doing to move forward into the future. But it all happens right in the present. I want to do so much. I am driven to do so much with this. I find every conversation that I have with people, I kind of lean it towards doing the right thing, as Spike Lee said. Doing the right thing. And that's one change that we can embrace right now. Doing the right thing. Doing something that is not just beneficial for us. Again, that trickle-down effect works in a very strange way. You're doing what you are supposed to do. You're following your job description. You are helping to heal this realm. Your higher power and or the universe sees this each and every time. Every time that you embrace change and you make a positive choice, utilizing your free will to make things just a wee bit better, you're going to be rewarded. If only that you are told or given clues on the next step to making your life better. This is not a thankless freaking job. Not only are we doing this for our higher power and or the universe, we're doing it for this realm. So yeah, you go to your day job at the end of the week or 2 weeks or however you get paid, or whether it be daily or whatever, you get compensation for what it is that you are doing. You are compensated for that. Don't you think that your higher power and or the universe, they send you out on this mission that they're not going to compensate you? Hell, even military personnel get a paycheck. And as they complete their duties and get better and better and better at what it is that they do, they get stripes. They rank up. We do the same thing as positive individuals. We do the same things as chosen ones. We do the same things as star seeds. We rank up. And again, this is why I want us to come together. If you're just tuning into this live, if you're just catching it, or this is a replay or whatever it is, go ahead and look at some of the other videos. Look at the most recent ones. I think I just got the word Friday as far as locking in the date for this meet and greet. If it's convenient for you, it's something that you can do. I seriously suggest go ahead and join in. Because one thing that I do find and one thing that I find is needed in this world today is to get more positive people, more positive thinking people, more people that vibrate higher into the same space. I think this is a great way to initiate change. This is a great way to strengthen us. This is a great way that sometimes when you're wrestling with change, you have someone that you can speak to. Yes, you always have your higher power and or the universe. I know I do. There are times that I lean heavy. I lean real heavy on my higher power and the universe. I pray. I meditate, seeking those answers. And sometimes those answers are given to me because I am trying to initiate change. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I think when you as a sentient being on this realm are trying to initiate positive change, I think that it actually gives our higher power in the universe a warm fuzzy. Because we are doing what it is that we are tasked to do. And we're not so much fighting against it. We find ourselves in this life so much, and this is going to resonate with you, fighting change. Hell, they can raise your rent. And you're like, no, how can you do that? I can't afford what I'm paying right now here. How can you, it's change. And instead of fighting the change, you can always use that free will. If you want to stay there, you find a way to make more money so that you can offset that extra charge. If you don't want to stay there, if you don't want to, live in that location anymore, and there's more problems than benefits, and raising the rent ain't helping it, find someplace to go. Find someplace else to live. One of the basic things, and this is going to resonate with many of you, is when you may love the car that you have. You love it. Oh, you love it. And it's been with you and it's served you well for years. But with all things, and human beings go through this too, with all things, you find yourself in a repair shop all the time. You are constantly in the repair shop with that car. And it comes a point that you're just holding on to the ghost. But deep down inside, it's time for another car. Does this not resonate with you? Yeah, you've had some great memories in this vehicle. It's taking you cross country. It's taking you here. It's taking you there. It allowed you to get someplace super fast. When you washed it and waxed it and cleaned it and detailed it, people would ooh and ah and like, oh, that looks really nice. But maybe it's time for us to go. If you find yourself every other week in the repair shop getting something done, draining those zeros off of your bank account, maybe it's time for a change. Maybe it's really time for a change. I have one more quote, and let me see. And this is from the Quran as well. Surah al-Baqarah 286, I'm sorry. Allah does not burden the soul beyond that it can bear. Change is going to happen. And your higher power and or the universe is not ever going to give you more than you can bear. This is going to resonate with you. You have never been presented with something that involved change that you could not bear, that you cannot find a way to actually make it work. Be it the simplest form is gaining knowledge of such a thing, or changing your mindset to saying, hey, listen, this is happening. It's a roller coaster. I can't stop it. Okay, let me find a way to adapt to it. And we do this throughout our lives. And I think what this passage is basically saying is that we can find a way to embrace this change and respect, because nothing happens on this realm by accident. Nothing happens on this realm by coincidence. You know, if we can embrace and adapt to this change, we'll find ourselves being that thing that I always talk about: bigger, better, faster, and stronger. You know, you'll find that lower vibrational beings will start the rally against stopping something. You know, cancel us. We don't need this anymore. But yet and still, you know, they're embracing it. I found it strange, and I'm not coming at dude because dude is where he needs to be in his life, I guess. But in a sense, it showed me how lower vibrational beings think and act, how they try to sway us from embracing change. Elon Musk once said that AI was the most dangerous thing ever that happened to human beings. Found that strange coming from Elon Musk. Okay, he has cars that use AI. He has an implantable chip. He is constantly working on AI projects, but he seems to want to tell the rest of the world to the thing that lower vibrational beings do, instill fear into us. But yet and still, Elon is utilizing the hell out of AI. He is utilizing the heck out of AI, but he's telling the rest of us that we should leave it alone. This is what I'm talking about. This is just one way to highlight the battle that we are in. I'm not saying that you have to go out there and become an AI genius, but I just wanted to highlight the point that this is how lower vibrational beings keep us from reaching our full potential. I consider Elon Musk a lower vibrating being. Because anytime you're going to tell somebody, don't use what I use, don't use what I embrace, forget, ignore, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, that's a lower vibrational being. No matter how you look at it. I wanted to keep this brief because I've got a lot of running around to do, and I've got to figure out, I'm trying to go live again today. I don't know where or how, but every Sunday at 9 a.m., always make sure that you join me right here on Church of Real Talk on the YouTube channel. I think I streamed last week and cross-streamed to Facebook, but I just did that just to try change. But it's always going to be here because the support that I have gotten here is beyond compare. This channel has grown even past what I thought that it would grow to. And it's still continuing to grow. So I definitely appreciate your support and your kindness. Again, I'm happy for the next, I guess, evolution in what we do, having live meet and greets, you know, and that's all to get, again, baby steps to get us to having that physical location. And as the weather gets better, as I get better, as I find more time being available to myself, I will be traveling to spread this message of positivity, this message of growth, this message of changing and helping this realm heal. Part of that is admittedly, and if, you know, again, and I said this, I think last week, I am so grateful for you liking videos, be it a short or a long form video, watching these videos, sharing these videos, and most importantly, subscribing to the channel. I love that. That keeps me pumped. That keeps me going. What I really want to do, and again, this is no pressure. This is not a hard sell. I do have the links for the donation on the top of the channel page. However, the reason why I don't talk about it is because I'm a firm believer in giving something back in return. Many people think that this message is enough to give back. However, I want more. I want more for everyone, So we do have a digital shop. It has some of our books. The brand that is Blessing will soon be available there because I just found out that I can actually have physical products in the shop. It's payhip.com/Church of Real Talk. If you are able to, and only if you're able to, if you would like to help support the cause, I would appreciate if you go ahead and get something that resonates resonates for you out of the shop so that you can help continue this growth. Always important to me. And again, I can't say this enough. Your subscriptions are more than enough for me. That is more than enough for me. But if you're able to take that extra step, and it's comfortable for you, please consider getting something out of the church store, which is payhip.com/Church of Real Talk. I want you guys to go out there this week, and this is important. I know I talked about adding more zeros to that bank account. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that because it's the way that you practice embracing change. Go ahead and change it from 2,000 to 200,000 if need be. But note that you're going to have to change something. And that's what causes the trickle-down effect, because if that begins to work for you, you will soon understand and embrace your gift. You will soon embrace your gift as a chosen one, as a positive individual, as a person that can heal this realm. I just wanted to leave off with this quote from the Bible. It's Romans 12:12. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, this good, pleasing, and perfect will. In Romans, we learn, don't conform, embrace the change. Don't stay static here. Embrace the change. And you will see that your higher power will approve this. And it will give you things beyond your wildest imagination. And with that being said, Minister Robinson, Church of Real Talk, don't forget to join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the channel. If you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And, of course, every Sunday right here at Church of Real Talk, our live service. Like I said, Minister Robinson, love you guys.